It worked on a Monday. The electronics cooperated, which is awesome.
Congratulations.
Good, thanks, Brian. Good morning. It is Monday, November 10th. We are 90 days out from February 8th. Your DTD2, when you do the database 2, it just keeps you out of call bias. I had a conversation with an agent the other day, and they're like, yeah, I grab my phone and I see some names and I call this person because I know it'll be a cool conversation. And then I don't call that person because I haven't talked to them. That's the whole point. Like, that's why we're picking up our phone to talk to people. Brian Joyce talks to a lot of people about hard money. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's like does anybody remember, Brian, hopefully you do. Otherwise, I'm dating myself and I'm just going to leave now. Remember the commercials for the Charleston Chew when they were like, or you could put it in the freezer. Do you remember that? No, I'm that old. Okay.
No, you're not. Yeah,
Which I don't think anybody's dentist recommends that you throw it in the freezer, but yeah,
no.
It's nothing like that. I just took his entire industry and compared it to a frozen Charleston Chew. That's why Brian Joyce is here. So he can explain what he does and how you can utilize his services and his team to make sure that your clients get what they need as soon as they need it. That's what he does. We'll get there in just a second. So the DTD2, you're calling your Fs and your Gs, and you are texting your Zs this week. We are, of course, in the quick start. Out of here, we're heading into Fight Club. You can go to KWFightClub.com from 9 to 11, turn your camera on, shut your microphone off, having conversations, texting people, licking stamps, sending out letters, whatever you're doing to have more conversations so you can have more people in your world understand what you do so you can serve them when the time comes. The Future Cappers Mastermind. Go to timsoffice.com at 11 o'clock. We're going to talk about what you are or aren't doing, share best practices, and hopefully get you moving in the right direction. At 1 o'clock, it is the midday protocol. You come back to Tim's office. That's when we talk about the 3 lead indicators, the conversations you had over the weekend, the appointments you set over the weekend, and the contracts you signed. And after that, we're talking about, in the second half of the call, we've been doing the 12 tactics of shift. We're on tactic number, carry the forward. We're on 11 now, which is crazy. 1:30, your brokers are back. It's Ask the Brokers. So if you got arrested over the weekend, it's not really about your social life, but whatever happened over the weekend that has you like wondering what's going on, you have deep moving questions about real estate. That's why it happens every Monday at 1:30. You can go to kellertv.com. They're talking about the new laws. So are you aware of the new laws? And they will dive into that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, what new laws? Show up at 1:30, kellertv.com. It's that simple. You can do it from your couch with mittens and tell her I said hi. She looks great. At 2:30, take your business to the next level with the Maggie McDowell, our regional tech trainer. The link for that is in the morning news. And of course, at 3 o'clock, 25 and 26 with the Tiffany Hampton. And guess what? The link for that is in the morning news. Brian Joyce joins us. I love that you're always doing well. Let me start there. I'm disappointed by the name of the new company because the other one had such a delicious, one of your brands had a great acronym that I loved. And you don't remember what I'm talking about. And I'm not going to say it because it's a former employer, so we're not going to use it, but
no, that's all right.
It was just fun. And I looked at RF Boston. I'm like, there's nothing to do here. There's nothing to do with this. I mean, I'll come up with something, but the other one was fantastic.
Probably will. Yeah.
Anyway, so you broke into your office because you told me before we got on the air that you were locked out. Do you like credit carded? I mean, this is probably not information we should give to the people in the wild because they're going to break in now and try to steal the hard money. But
yeah,
how did you get in?
Let's just say I have my ways.
Okay. The janitor Schneider came by with all of his keys and let you in? Yes? Maybe?
Yeah.
Awesome.
The 300 keys. Yeah.
That everybody shouldn't have.
I'm here. I made it.
We were talking in the midday protocol last week, Brian. I think I bugged you in the afternoon at some point early last week. And hard money came up, and the level of I shouldn't say confusion, the level of not knowing all of the things, because there were a lot of people that knew a lot of things, and then everybody's just like collectively just like, hey, Timmy, let's get Bryan on. So that's where this came from. And we haven't talked to you in a while. And I don't think a lot of people, honestly, in real estate, will have agents that never utilize it. Their clients may never utilize it. And it is a great tool. So help our agents understand better as opposed to conventional lending, traditional lending, Brad Kelly, yawn lending. Sorry, I had to make fun of him. What do you do that differentiates yourself from the typical lender and what's the benefit to the people who make use of you?
Yeah. So, I mean, hard money kind of fits you have commercial lending, your traditional commercial loans. You
Mm.
have the Brad Kelly traditional 1 to 4 family mortgage, home mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
Hard money sort of fits in between. I mean, our loans are short term, usually 12 months. They're designed to get in and get out. So you have real estate investors that use us for fix and flips, ground up construction, or just a bridge to buy a property. Maybe they need to close quickly, or there's a credit issue. They just need to buy the property, and then in 6, 9, 12 months they'll refinance out. Um, we don't do owner occupied properties. I do get a lot of calls from agents in the
Mm.
office about helping with primary residence purchases. I can't help with those, just
Okay.
investment properties.
Yeah, and I noticed, for the most part, would you say right now the pie of all of your deals right now, is it primarily commercial?
No, I mean, we do, the book actually is 1 to 4 family and multifamily
Okay.
is what we do. Yep. Yep.
Okay. So, talk about the bridge loan, just so people, I mean, because I know, you're well versed in it, and we throw terms around, and somebody's just like, what does that exactly mean?
Yeah. I actually do quite a bit of these with Keller agents, both for themselves and for their clients. So let's say you own property A, it has either no debt on it or very little debt. You want to buy property B, you can leverage property A to buy property B, basically. So um, it's a good tool as a way to get into a property with little or no money down. If like certainly if you own it free and clear with no debt, we can do 100% financing, which is big for investors. And then they just refinance out or they sell the property to pay it off.
You do a lot of teaching with this.
Yep.
What do you think the biggest misconception with people wanting to get into it, right? So we have agents that get into real estate, and they're just like, they want to skate right to the luxury puck, or they want to skate right to commercial. And you sort of have to embrace the suck a little bit, and probably fill your treasure chest with some other things and get some stuff under your belt. If somebody is how long was your journey? I mean, I guess it's the best way to, where did you start?
Yeah, I originally got into hard money as a borrower. Um, Started doing projects, fix and flips, and condo conversions and things like that, and sort of fell into the hard money space. One of my private lenders asked me to join them and help them grow the business. But yeah, I took multiple paths to get there, for sure. But forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, I think I've been in it quite a while, and there are a lot of paths to take when comes to hard money.
So who's the person who is like not the candidate? Because and
Yeah,
here's the comparison I'm going to make, or the analogy I'm going to draw, which is probably going to insult you, but I'm doing that because you're not in the same building as me right now. Like just like, oh, I've heard people say like, oh, is it like loan sharky? I'm like, no, it's not loan sharky. Like there's legitimate paperwork. Now I know this too. As you grow a comfort zone with agent A and their client, like it becomes a little more touch and go. Like, okay, cool, the Joneses are doing something again. It might be a less arduous pass for them because you guys have a history of success with them. But
yeah,
it's not like, yeah, here's the VIG, and if you don't pay us, a van's going to show up. I mean, like that. I think that's the confusion that people have. Like, it's what is this business? And it just doesn't make sense to some people. So,
yeah. It's definitely more, I guess, what's the term, legitimate than it was in the past. When I first got into it, hard money was your local doctor, lawyer that had extra money, and they would invest in local projects, or just a real estate investor with a lot of money. And Wall Street sort of took over, and it's become institutionalized, so it's more legitimate in that sense. Yeah, we're not looking to take people's properties. We don't, don't walk around with a baseball bat, things like that. So that would
I
be
mean, if
one
you're late,
common.
he might steal one of your Vokies if you're late with a payment.
Yeah,
Just gonna grab
yeah,
this 60. I like this 60. I'll take this for a few weeks until you can make that payment.
yeah. I think on the flip side, common misconceptions are that it is hard money. You'll lend on anything without thinking about it or doing any due diligence as a lender, or that we don't check credit, things of that nature. So those I'd say the common misconceptions, but for the most part, we can do a lot of different deals, very creative loans that surprise people when I lay out the options for them.
I love that you brought up the word creative in the market that we're in right now. What has been something that sort of presented itself as an opportunity that agents might not be thinking about?
Um, like I mentioned about the where you can cross collateralize against other real estate you own. I've been doing that more lately than I have ever in the past. So,
Hmm.
helping people buy, we're helping a gentleman buy a condo down in Naples, Florida, and they own a home free and clear up in New Hampshire. So we're using both properties, no money down, covering all the closing costs. He was stunned. He thought he would have to bring 10, 20% to that closing. So that I think always catches people. They think, "Oh, now I get it." It's
Yeah.
just more common. We call it common sense lending. Like,
Yeah. So the guy in New Hampshire trying to grow a place in Naples, is he trying to escape frost delays? He's just trying to get a tea time at a decent hour. I'm
yeah,
listening. I know what he's doing. I know what he's
yeah,
doing. It's that time
yeah,
of year.
yeah,
I mean, he
yeah,
golfs. There's no way he doesn't golf. He either sails or
right.
he golfs, or both,
Yeah.
or
If you're
both.
going to Naples, you're golfing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're most likely golfing. Um, what has been the biggest challenge in this market for your industry?
For us, it's finding the deal, as they say,
Mm,
finding that property that you can buy where the numbers make sense. Obviously, in the last 10 years, prices have gone up, 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 and
yeah.
buyers, certainly in smaller investors trying to get into it, or those with limited capital, it's just been very hard to find the right transaction where the numbers work, to let's say you're doing a fix and flip. You're trying to buy it right. You're trying to figure out the budget to renovate, and then what's it worth on the other side. You have cash buyers just overbidding, and so that's been the biggest challenge, I'd say.
Um, when you first got started, what did
Mhm.
lead generation look like for you, and what does it look like now? I had to bring it back to that. I mean, you talked about just finding the deal.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
you looking for the deal. That's what everybody in our industry should be doing on a regular basis. How much has it morphed for you over time? Because now you have, we always talk about it, certainly in residential real estate, 5 to 7 years in, you start to have that first time home buyer you helped 5 years ago calls you back because of a deployment or a divorce or a baby or something. So
Yeah.
obviously your people have rolled, but what does lead generation look like now as opposed to what it looked like then?
That's a good question. I mean, at the onset, yeah, I was attending these monthly real estate investment seminars,
Hmm.
like the Seacoast Investment Group we do up in Dover, New Hampshire.
Hmm.
So I think I was getting out, a lot of coffee meetings, a lot of lunch meetings, a lot of networking that way. Um, and then it sort of, yeah, morphed as social media became a thing
Yeah.
in marketing.
Yep.
It's definitely taken on that piece of it. And I think I use a CRM, a database with all my contacts. I don't know, I have 6,000 names in there. I do monthly emails, recent transactions, you name it. So for me, it's not about selling, marketing a widget to sell.
Hmm.
It's really name recognition and top of mind, so that when someone needs a hard money loan, that I come up when they think, oh yeah, call Bryan, and that's sort of how it's come about.
Are all of you have one more in high school?
No, I have twins. They just Both freshmen in college.
They both just took off. That's what I thought. Okay. Dear
Yep.
Lord. Is the house quiet or are they living at home? They're
No,
both
the
gone.
house is very quiet.
Yeah,
The
they're
house
both
is
gone,
quiet.
right?
Yeah, and they both played 3 sports, so we were just always on the go. And now it's like the brakes, hit the brakes, and it's like, oh Jesus, what the hell we do now?
Is the wife giving you that look like, oh, it's just us? It's just us.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to get
Yeah.
married all over again. Janina's like giving me that look like, oh, and it was just Aiden go. We still have Cameron, but Cameron's just our usual background noise. But like with Aiden gone, she's like, oh, yeah, I said yes to him,
Yeah.
didn't I? Yeah, he's still here.
Yep. Actually have to talk to each other.
Yeah. Are they both playing 3 sports at school?
No, my son's
Okay.
playing baseball.
Of
My
course he
daughter
is.
plays club field hockey. Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool.
Yeah.
We will see you. You going to be roaming the halls at Pi Day?
Oh yeah, of course.
Of course. Of course. Given your choice, what's your favorite? So we can save one for you. Not that we need to save one, but is it like boysenberry? Is it something totally random? Is it blueberry?
No,
Okay.
blueberry pie, yeah.
Okay. I didn't think you'd be a boysenberry guy. That'd be a Brad thing. I think Brad does strawberry rhubarb.
Really?
Would you? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'd have to think about what Brad. If it involved beer, probably he'd have it.
Yeah, he's not really going to care what the pie is. I've been making a joke that we call this thing Pie Day, and I think some of our spouses at home who never see a pie make it to the house must be like, why is it called Pie Day? Because so many of the agents are like, oh, it doesn't make it past the third red light. Like I eat that thing on the way home, never gets home. Never gets home. Bryan, if somebody wants to get a hold of you because they got questions for themselves or their clients, what's the best way to get in contact with Bryan Joyce?
Cell phone 207-752-0107. Email is Bryan, Bryan, at rf-boston.com.
What does the RF stand for?
Real estate finance.
Okay, so why is it REF? It's not REF, real estate finance? No?
Oh, yeah, I know. That's a good, I don't know. I'll have to do some digging on that
I'm going to call it. See, I came up with something. It's going to be real fickle. You got to hold him to his word. He's real fickle -boston.com.
Yeah.
Awesome. We appreciate your time. If people have questions for you, I'm going to throw your cell phone in the notes as well as your email right below this on the face space. Bryan Joyce from rfboston.com. Thanks so much for hanging out.
Absolutely.
We appreciate
Thank
you, sir. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.